Hi, welcome to my hardcore character on Melvor Idle. As you can see straight away, probably, haven't been doing a whole lot, but then you get to astrology and we're at 99. We haven't done all masteries yet, and I'll get to it what that exactly means, right? But yeah, we just hit 99. I mean, we're almost 100 at some point, but what I've been doing essentially, because I'm not familiar with Melvor Idle, right? I don't know the game that well. I've played a lot of RuneScape in my time, like thousands of hours. Um, I've maxed an Ironman, Inferno Cape, Colosseum, all that stuff, if that says anything to you. But yeah, it's not really my type of game anymore. Like, as you get older, I guess, you don't have as much time to actively play games like that, so I've just been gravitating towards other games. And at some point, I mean, not too long ago, I mean, I knew about Melvor Idle, but I never really looked into it so far. And it's really been hitting that satisfying itch, right? That games like RuneScape give you. So I've been really getting into it. I've been just idling this on astrology, keeping tabs on, you know, some of the upgrades, for example. I'll get into it, what it means in a second, but and meanwhile, I've just been playing like a standard account just to get, you know, used to the game, see what it means and how it works and stuff like that. So at the time, I got 99 astrology. I mean, I've done a lot on that account, but I'm in nowhere far progressed, right? I'm wearing like full mithril. I'm just doing some stuff. So, but anyway, this is my like efficient, inefficient way of playing this game because I know astrology is just a really good start for stuff. I can give an example, right? I've like what I've been doing. For example, you have all these different what is it, star signs, I suppose you go through. This is my most recent one. Um, and they all represent two skills, right? And they give like buff towards that skill if you're willing to spend the stardust on it. You get like stardust and golden stardust for it. So what I've been doing, for example, is I've maxed this one out. My plan essentially is to do astrology and then get in some fishing, and kind of work my way up from there. Because I think I want to get the skill cape now. Pretty sure the skill cape, you know, gives some major buffs to this. And I'm debating on whether just to go for 120 or not. So, but yeah, what you do, you just study at one side. You get these stardust and golden stardust. You get meteorites as well, but I think that is something for a high mining level. I think like 100 and something mining. So I've been seeing them, but I've been kind of ignoring them, and maybe that's a fault on my part, right? Maybe I'm not too familiar with the game yet, but yeah, I've just been kind of going through them. Since this is a hardcore, I do want to, I guess, play it safe in a sense. Like I definitely want to get into combat once the time is right, but stuff like accuracy rating or hidden attack level, I think that will help me out a lot. Um, and I've looked at defense. I haven't done most of these others yet. I'll have to come back to see what I want to do, but defense seemed great. I think there is one. Where's the hell? Here. Yeah, it's like just accuracy rating, but there's also lifesteal, which is pretty good. I can actually max this out. Like you can see the dust you have here. So yeah, that's basically just been this account so far. Like what I've done, I mean, I've fished some shrimp, right? And I've done a little bit of agility, but like you can see, agility you basically unlock an obstacle after an obstacle, but you need to pay quite a bit for it. For example, this would be the easiest one to get. It costs 50k, which is quite a lot early on, and then you can build it and you get like a buff for your whole gameplay. Like it's not just for agility or anything. That's why I think agility is very great because you make money with it, and you have like an actual buff for your account. And I could build this one as well, but as you can see, the costs go up quite a well. It's like 150k, and you need normally, like as I've been noticing from my other account, is you basically it's hard to level agility on its own, right? Because you need money, so you need some way to fund it, which can be done through agility, fair enough. But oftentimes you need some supplies which come from other skills. Like if I get herring and salmon, um, I would have to do quite a bit of fishing before I can get in there. Teak logs or willow logs, right? I think teak is like 40 wood cutting, which is not insane by any stretch, but you still need to put some time into it. So think my plan is to go towards agility, maybe let it dictate my gameplay a little bit. But I think fishing is first, and then I'll see if I actually want to finish off astrology to 120 or actually start playing the game. For combat, it's probably not gonna be for a little bit. I think I want to have a good setup before I actually start going. And my plan, because what I've been noticing from my other playthrough, I've just been doing melee, right? But a lot of the early things in Melvor are melee based. And essentially, just like RuneScape, there's a combat triangle, right? So you have melee, which beats range. Then you have range, which beats mage. And you have mage, which beats melee. And the kind of cool thing about Melvor Idle, like normally, like I keep referring to RuneScape, right? But I think that is a fair comparison to make. Magic and alt magic, there's two different skills, but they level, like if you level alt magic, you also level magic. I don't know if it's the other way around. I don't think so, but I think alt magic is just what is it? The passive type of magic. I only have this one right now, but it just means I can make an item into a rune essence and I get XP for it. But you have stuff like high alchemy. So instead of selling an item, it means you can you can create that item into gold, and it's usually more than you can sell it for. So like 40% of the sell value, which is quite nice. I know there's some other good skills in there, but I haven't leveled it yet, so I'm honestly not sure what we can get into with this. But I know that this levels magic, and then with magic, I can tackle the combat, right? Like if you look, these are all, I don't know if this is actually what it means, if it's melee. Maybe it's just a combat sign, but a lot of these things are, yeah, okay, it does. You can see how much melee is here, like the little sword icon, right? There's some range here and there. But yeah, I think leveling mage early is actually quite strong. So I think the plan is to level some alt magic eventually and get into magic and start off that way. The one thing I'm worried about, I suppose, is that magic, usually the armor is pretty squishy, right? And I think, yeah, since I'm a hardcore, I kind of do want to be defensive in a sense. Honestly, not sure how it works as well if you, let's say you use magic. Normally you can have like an attack style, right? So I train attack, I train strength, or train defense. And you can see that they also have like a little buff. So like this gives 6 hidden defense levels, 6 hidden strength levels, and 6 hidden attack levels. And the way you can see it, attack is basically accuracy, strength is how much you can hit, and defense is just, defense. And it gives like a chance to hit, an enemy has a chance to hit, an accuracy rating. The more you level your defense, the better gear you can equip. But also, the less frequent they are to hit, basically. Then again, I am really no expert, right? I've just been dabbling around on my other account a little bit. So for me, it's just kind of touch and feel currently. See what I actually want to do. But I think the main thing I want to get into right now is get the astrology cape. A lot of stuff you can get, but yeah, it's 1 million gold for a skill cape. Let me see. I am probably missing it. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, it's green. Okay. So 1 base quantity when getting starters from astrology, and 1 base quantity when getting golden starters from astrology. Which, it's not nuts by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it is pretty good. Because normally you get like 1, I think. Like you can see here, I have 10% chance to gain a Stardust and 6% to gain a Golden Stardust. And these are all the things currently I'm actually getting from astrology. And as you can see, it's kind of nice. I haven't really filled out many yet. But you can see like 8% in a lot of XPs and like accuracy for 24. It is just, I don't know. For me, it called to me. It felt like it's such a strong start. I do feel, however, you can't really make mistakes in this game. I feel like every skill has some benefits for other skills. Like with some exceptions, right? But most of the things you get into just, make other things better. One thing I haven't really looked at yet is cartography and archaeology. I think they have a similar system. Like this, looks cool. You can just explore a little bit. I think you make a whole map, and then you find maps which you can work on agility with. And I think archaeology has some like big buffs as well for just your playthrough. So that could be very cool to look into as well. It's just how much time do I want to dedicate before actually getting into the game. And by saying getting into the game, I feel like when I'm playing a hardcore, I do want to do as much combat as possible, right? Because there seems to be a lot of cool stuff with combat. Because you just have your normal mobs, and you have your slay areas, which is quite extensive as well. But then you have dungeons. And you can see like there's sort of a progression system. You can do all these. And I think they're kind of interchangeable. I think there are sorted by difficulty. But I think they're kind of interchangeable. I know on my other account I did the chicken coop, the undead graveyard, and the spider forest. Spider forest is cool because you get like a necklace of looting, which automatically loots stuff you get from monsters, which is quite big. It is an idle game after all, so you'd like to idle stuff. And then after this, it kind of like progresses after here, I feel. Like Volcanic Cave, if you do it 100 times, then you unlock this one. Here you need to do the Trickery Temple. Not sure what that is, for example. But here's Volcanic Cave again. Then you have the Fire God Dungeons. I heard some stuff about the God Dungeons. I think they're pretty late game, but there's even stuff after. Not sure how Strongholds work yet. But they seem cool. And you need to like have requirements for this as well. So anyway, I do want to get into combat quite bad, right? But I do want to have a good setup for it in a sense. I feel like 99 Astrology is a good start. But I definitely want to, get some other stuff done as well. Not sure what I'm gonna do quite yet. Like I've noticed that a lot of things are good for money. There's probably different ones that are better than others, but I feel like fishing is a good start. Because I'm gonna have to need food as well, right? So I can do a mix between those two. I do want to do some mining. I think I didn't do it on my other account, but mining and smithing your gear so you can upgrade it as well is a pretty good start, I think. Like on my other account, I just what is it? Bought these guys to get gear. I think thieving is really good for money, but you also do need food and you need the auto eat function, which I haven't discussed yet. But to idle this game, right? If you want to idle combat, you need two things, I feel, which is an auto eat. So you eat below a certain threshold. Like for example, here's the third one. So you consume it if it's 240, but from 20%. And the food efficiency is also a little bit down. So on my other account, I got the tier 2 now, which I think is 30% when you start eating, and then till 60. And the food efficiency is 80. So that basically means you automatically eat, right, when you get below that. So that means if the max hit of the enemy is, equal or less, I guess just less than this 30% of your hit points, then you start eating. And then it's here, the necklace, right? Then you can just idle combat as well. Which seems scary on a hardcore, I gotta say. But, we'll have to see at that point. So I think this is kind of what I wanted to discuss. Yeah, what I did, I just clicked on Township. I didn't look at it at all. I just said, okay, we created. I went for Ares. I think that's pretty good early. I'm not sure. But yeah, I haven't done anything with it, and I'm level 7 now. So at some point I'm gonna have to look at it. But for now, I think we're chilling on the side. To get started with alt magic eventually, right, I'll have to do some mining to get rune essence. Then I can do rune crafting to get the runes. But also, there's a lot of gear you can make here. I'm not sure yet, because I haven't leveled this at all on my other accounts yet. Yeah, Stuff of Air. I mean, that's cool, right? So you can just make the gear here. Everything is done with rune crafting, which is very cool. I think one thing I'm noticing, I think you want to start summoning early and heavily. Because if you... It's not necessarily falling behind, but if you don't pick up with it, it's like it ties into every skill, right? Every skill can take use of something. So I think you'd want to use it as much as you possibly can, really. There's a synergy thing. I haven't looked at it at all. It's just if you use 2 summons at the same time, they get like a buff together. As you can see, you can you can have 2 summons here, and they can have a synergy, or you can just use them gladly. I did get the gold topaz ring, which I think you get if you are supposed to drop a signet half ring, and then you missed it. I got the Beret gloves for fishing as well. Pretty lucky, I think. But I also have 2 signet ring halves. So I feel like I only need 1, so I'm tempted to just sell one, because 850k will just boost my... it boosts me so much. So yeah, I have that. I also got this Circlet of Relics, which you can upgrade to the Crown of Relics, which seems pretty cool. I don't know how you got the other half. I'll have to look into it. It's a jewel. And I'll show this as well. Upgrade. Like, yeah, 100% GP from everything. 5% double loot for slain monsters, and double resource room skill. It's just a very good ring, right? And I just need the other half and a million. And I think you get one health from skills and one health from combat. So I'll get into that for sure. And as you can see, my bank is very empty. I just have the Stardust, I have the Shrimp. Yeah, and I think I'll just do a check-in. Like, I think in the start it's just gonna be small checkings here and there, right? And then at some point it's gonna, be a lot more progressing. See what we can do. So if we run into things, I'll just record and see what happens. I mainly play on my phone, to be honest. It's nice that you can just, use the cloud saves and sync that to each other. But yeah, I am at my PC like once or twice a week, maybe. So most of it is in my phone, and you can just progress everything during that. So it's quite nice. Now for the last part, I could show you my my normal account right now, just to see what what my knowledge is or how far I am in the game. Okay, so as you can see on this account, I have just a lot more done, right? Like there's just sporadically a lot of levels everywhere. And I'm also quite about Reacher and stuff. Like I've dabbled a bit in combat. Currently I'm not wearing any combat stuff. This is all thieving and skilling stuff. Because I was just thieving. But I'm kind of out of food, so I'm cooking some food, which I had to fish for. And you notice that like anytime you want to do something, you need something else. So I constantly go back and forth. Like I did a start to astrology here as well, but I figured I'd, use this account to just play the game, see how far we get. I dabbled a little bit in this, but yeah. Agility seems to be very great. So that's like this is what I know, right, from agility. So it gets very expensive now. It gets 1 million, which I can just do, but I don't want this 4% agility skill XP. I want to go for this one, which I need a lot of Slayer for. But before I want to do Slayer, I want to prep some other things, like food, for example, but also do my gear. So I kind of want to do smithing. So it's fun, right? At least for me. Just constantly doubling back and forth to see what you want to do and what you can do, which I think is cool. So yeah, not much on goals on this account. I'm just kind of like following along, see what I can do. Well, I just got the achievement on Steam with 99. I already had it, but I guess fair enough. But yeah, as it comes to my hardcore, I think I'm gonna take a pause on astrology for now. Maybe I'll go to 100 first, but I think the cape is pretty nice to get. So yeah, I'll probably do fishing for a little while. Start with shrimp for a bit, and then work myself up. I do have the barbarian thing, which is nice maybe for... Because if you're barbarian fish, you also get strength levels, which is cool. But I think I just want to have the secret area and do the skeleton fish there, I think, because it's either good for prey or it's pretty good for money too. So, and money is like everything in this game. You wouldn't think so, but you need money for everything, at least at the start, right? I think at some point it might be less, but for now, yeah, it's very important. Oh, I didn't even talk about this, but for example, I have a pet here, the Astro pet. I don't think I have many pets. I think you can check it here. Yeah, I also got this one for Township, which is kind of well. I got it like level 2. So, I mean, I'll take that. Because this is just a permanent buff. Like, I'm used to pets being just cosmetic, but it is a permanent buff. And this is extra golden Stardust. I also got this one, which I'm not sure where I got it from, because I only did astrology. Maybe it's just a pet that you can get with any skilling. But yeah, 3 mastery XP in all skills, which is nice. Just in case. Mastery XP, you see it at the top here. It's 87% right now. The way I understand it, because you can check it here. Here, I mean. This is buffs you get. So if you have at 10% of the XP bar, you get this buff. And then 25, you get this buff. 50, you get this, etc. The way I see it, you can kind of choose on which one you want to keep. Because you can spend this XP as well, whenever you want. I keep it above 50. I think this is very nice. Above 4 million. I think this is okay. but I feel like I don't need it. I feel like I can use the mastery XP more. And what that means, for example, you can see all these mastery levels, right? Like this is 92, it's quite high, 84, and these go to 99. I maxed these two out. I went way over with this one, but yeah. So I can spend some mastery XP. I can choose how many levels I wanted to do. These are, I don't even have a locked yet, but they're already at 51, which I thought was nice. So I like the fishing one a lot, right? Because I'm gonna do fishing. So if I do one more, I get 93. You can see the bar here. And I can't do another one without... Oh, I can. Never mind. Yeah. I don't want to dip between that, so this is perfect. So yeah, now I leveled it a couple times. And you might say, why do this? But you can see I need mastery level 99 for this last buff. Not sure what it is yet. Apparently I can unlock it. I'm not gonna click on it yet. But yeah, it's probably a good buff. I feel like most of the 99 ones are pretty good. I think I can look at this one here. Reflect damage seems pretty cool. Chance to preserve prayer points. It's not bad. So stuff like that. And I want to fill out as many of these buffs as I can. I have a decent amount of Stardust right now. But yeah, I don't plan to stop astrology for a while at least. I don't know, about 120. We'll see how far we get. But yeah, I think that's about it for now. This might be a bit of a rambly episode, right? I have never done YouTube before or anything, so for me it's very new. I don't know the game that much, so I'm kind of just rambling through my thoughts. I hope it's kind of coherent. But yeah, I think it's very cool, and I'm very much enjoying this game. So I'll do a check-in every now and then.